Hi, I'm Dave Haring, Executive Director of the Lincoln Airport Authority, and today we're talking air service development. Air service development is one of the most complex things that a commercial airport does, and one of the most visible. It's not uncommon after a presentation locally for an individual to come up to me and say, "Hey, you should talk to so-and-so about providing service to pick a destination." And while I wish it was that easy, air service development takes a long time. But not everybody would know that, so we thought, what a great podcast to do. It might actually be a great series, because it can take a long time to talk about air service development, hours at least. So this is actually going to be part one of at least a 3-part series. Now this introductory phase is what I like to call the R phase. It's not because we're hiring a whole band of pirates to pillage air service from another community. Instead, it's characterized by 3 R's: research, realism, and relationships. During the research phase, we really want to get to 2 key variables. The first is, where are our passengers coming from, also known as a catchment area? And the second, as you might guess, is where are they going, also known as our top markets. But we want to look at a collection of other things during that phase as well. We're looking at, are they traveling for business or leisure? Are they traveling single or as a family? How long are they going for, and how often are they doing that? All of these things help us whittle down what carriers we may want to talk to, because each carrier has kind of its own niche. We also want to know about those things because it helps us change up what we're doing in the terminal facilities. We want to make sure that our amenities line up with our passengers. Now, during the second phase is where we really have to take a good hard look at what we want as a community, because we have to be realistic about our expectations. Now, I, as much as anybody, would love to have nonstop service to Aruba or daily service to Hawaii. But we have to really balance the wants of the community, what they're actually doing, against something that's long-term sustainable for everybody involved. We want the air carrier to be profitable and want to stay here, and we want the service to be utilized by those in the community. So there's really 2 things that we're looking at. We're looking at markets that have a consistent year-round daily utilization that we can plan on, or we're looking at markets that have seasonal peaks but that are also consistent. Those year-round markets are really more of the business market, something where we're connecting to a hub. And those seasonal ones with those high peaks are really more of our leisure markets, things like Florida or Phoenix or something along those lines. Either one of those can work, but we want to make sure that we're balancing those effectively. Finally, once we've decided all of that and we're ready to approach a carrier, we have to start building the relationship. Now, these relationships can take years to develop, and it's not just the airport. We need to talk to businesses and other associations and municipalities, and all of us working together to talk to the carrier about how great our community is and why we think they should be here. We want to talk about things like population growth and key employers. Also want to be realistic about who our competitors are. And of course, share with them the research that we did in that first phase. Ultimately, the goal is to convince that carrier that they should be investing their multi-million-dollar asset in our community as opposed to somewhere else. And if all of that works out perfectly, you get to a stage where you get to start talking about a new market. But we are going to have that conversation next time, because I'm out of time on this particular one. So please, tune in next time. I look forward to the conversation, and check out LNK on your next adventure.